Let's go ahead and get started. So we'll have our normal, straight, steady, aligned, comfortable seat on the mat and take the opportunity to just see how we're doing this morning. And so once you find your comfortable asana, your position, your seat, if you are comfortable with your eyes closed, close your eyes and just take a big inhale through your nose and a big exhale through your mouth. And sort of settle into your skin. And maybe even work literally with that. Feel your skin, like your outer casing, as it were. And then go inward from there and feel your muscles and check in with all of your muscles. And then go inward from there, checking in with your skeletal system. In other words, how are your joints? How does everything feel as far as your alignment is? Maybe even check in with organs. And then notice what your energy level is like. Start to breathe in and out a little slower and deeper, Ujjayi breathing. And notice even at this point, if that Ujjayi breathing changes your energy slightly, it might make you feel more focused, more calm, more awake, any or all of the above. And then let's check in with our thought processes. Check in with our emotions and also our sense of connection. And that's to ourselves, and everyone else, and everything else, to creation itself. Bring palms together in front of the heart. Set your intention for your practice this morning. When you're clear about your intention, take a deep breath in and another healthy sigh. And let's start standing at the front of the mat. So just coming to Tadasana, mountain pose. Feet can either be sit bone distance apart or all the way together. Just depends on your preference. Let a little bit of energy run through the hands. Feel your body come into alignment with your head being the crowning glory. Let your head just balance on top of the rest of your spine. Take a breath here, feeling rooted and grounded and solid. Palms together in front of the heart. And here we go. Let's inhale, reach the arms up and stretch. Exhale, fold all the way forward. Fingertips to the mat if you can. We're getting right into it. Inhale, look up and lengthen. And then exhale, back down. Step back with your right leg. So you have a left foot forward lunge. Hold this for a couple of breaths. We'll ease our way through it, but we're going to be doing a few traditional sun salutations just to kind of warm us up. The emphasis this morning is no emphasis. Basically, we're just going to do a really generalized all over practice. From here, step your left leg back to downward facing dog. And just hold that for a couple of breaths. From your downward facing dog, shift into plank. And go ahead and lower down on an exhale. You can do Sphinx, Cobra, or Up Dog on your inhale. And then as you exhale, you're going back into downward facing dog. Big step forward with your right foot. You can hold your lunge for a couple of breaths. And then from here, we'll step left foot forward, standing, forward bend. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, palms together in front of the heart. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold all the way forward. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, back down. Inhale, step back with your left foot. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale into plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot steps forward. Exhale, right foot steps forward, standing forward bend. Inhale, the arms come up. Exhale, palms together in front of the heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, back down. Inhale, your right leg back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale into plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot forward. Exhale, left foot forward. Inhale, the arms up. Exhale, palms together in front of the heart. Inhale, reach up, stretch. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, back down. This time, step back with your left foot. Find your lunge. Take your right hand towards the ceiling. Bring your right hand down inside your right foot. Spin your left heel flat. Take your left hand to the ceiling. Rise up into your warrior two. Left hand on left thigh, right arm up and over to reverse your warrior. Come back up into your warrior two and straighten your right leg. Lengthen your rib cage out, find your triangle pose. One more breath here. You can just bring your left hand down. Take a moment, stretch out over that straight right leg. Say hello to your hamstrings. And then step back to plank and take a vinyasa. Just follow your breath like you were doing during your sun salutations. And then from this downward facing dog, we're going to take the left foot forward. Find your lunge. Take that left hand up towards the ceiling. Bring your left hand down inside that left foot or ankle. Spin your right heel flat. Take your right hand to the ceiling. Rise up, warrior two. Reverse warrior, right hand, right thigh, left arm up and over. Come back into your warrior two. Straighten that left leg. Lengthen the left side of your spine, finding Trikonasana, triangle pose. We're just gonna bring the right hand down, stretch out over that left leg for a moment. And we'll step forward to a standing forward bend. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, palms together in front of the heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold all the way forward. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, back down. Step back with your left foot. Spin the heel flat. Adjust your feet as you need to. You're coming up into warrior one. So as much as you can, you want to get those hips rotated forward. And pause if you need to find that sensation on the front of your left hip, left thigh. So as much as you can, you want your left leg straight, left heel flat, left hip pressing forward, tailbone tucking under, rib cage lifting. We're trying to get that left hip flexor to open. Take a couple breaths. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Fold forward over your right thigh. Humble warrior. Relax the neck. Reach the arms up. Keeping your fingers interlaced. Come up about halfway so you're more or less horizontal, looking forward. Begin to straighten your right leg. So getting a nice deep Parsvottanasana, intense hamstring stretch on that right side. Take a couple more breaths here. Bend the right knee, come back up, warrior one. Bring your arms in front of you, palms facing down. Take your right arm on bottom, left arm on top. Come into the arm position for Garudasana, eagle. We're gonna see if we can just complete the pose now. Take your left thigh over your right thigh. Keep the knees bent. Squeeze your thighs together. Tailbone drops, heart lifts. If you are able, you're gonna unwind your left leg and extend it behind you for a warrior three. Put your left foot back down where you got it. Release your arms up, warrior one. Awesome. Hands to the mat, stepping back to plank to take your vinyasa. Really stretch and lengthen your spine in your downward facing dog. Left foot steps forward. Right foot spins flat. We adjust the hips however we need to find warrior one. And again, just taking a moment to fine tune because we really want to open the right hip flexor. So if you can, your right knee is straight. Right hip is kind of pressing forward. Tailbone's tucking under, rib cage is lifting. We're opening up that right hip flexor. Bring your hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers, squeeze your shoulder blades together. See if you can fold forward onto your left thigh, relaxing the neck, reaching the arms up for humble warrior. And then just coming up slightly, maybe till you're horizontal, beginning to straighten the left leg for a nice deep hamstring stretch on your left side. Bending the left knee again, coming all the way up, releasing your arms in front of you, palms facing down. This time your left arm is on the bottom, your right arm is on the top. Find the arm position for Garudasana, eagle. And then we go for the full pose. If you can, you take your right thigh tightly over your left. Squeeze the thighs. Drop the tailbone, lift the heart. If you're able, you unwind your right leg and extend it behind you, coming into a warrior 3 variation. And then we put the right foot back down, release the arms up, warrior 1. And then take your hands to the mat, step back to plank, flow through your vinyasa. And just really stretch, stretch, stretch in your downward facing dog. From this position, and it just depends, I know a couple of you guys have wrist issues, so you can transition to your forearms if you need to. But if you're able, we're just gonna roll onto the right side into a side plank, taking left hand towards the ceiling, stacking the feet if possible, breathing. Bringing the left hand back down, coming back in the downward facing dog, stretch. Same thing on the left side. If your left wrist is problematic, come onto your forearm. Otherwise, just roll onto your left side. Outer edge of your left foot and your left hand are what you're balancing on. Right hand is reaching for the ceiling. And we bring it all the way back down, downward facing dog, stretch. You can either walk or jump forward to a standing forward bend. And then inhale, reach the arms all the way up and overhead, stretch. Exhale, palms together in front of the heart. Nice deep side stretch here. I'd like you to reach up. You're gonna clasp your left wrist with your right hand. Pull on your left wrist enough that you actually feel your left shoulder blade lift a little bit. And then on an exhale, lean to your right, stretch out the left side of your torso. Your head can relax against your right upper arm if you like. We're gonna take some deep breaths here, using our breath to expand the left rib cage. Inhale, back up. Switch sides. Grab your right wrist with your left hand. Pull on it till you feel your shoulder blade lift a little bit. Wait for your next exhale. Lean to your left. Again, your head can rest on your left upper arm if you like. Use your breath to expand your right rib cage. On your next inhale, come back up. Palms together in front of the heart. We're gonna take our feet wide and come into a yogic squat. Today, I'm gonna let you do whatever you wanna do with your feet. What? I know, amazing. Preferably toes pointing forward, but if today's the day that you want your feet to wing out, you know what, you just let that happen. We're gonna be down here for a few breaths. So you're gonna start dropping your tailbone. Remember, if you need to support your weight on your thighs, that's absolutely okay. But once you get wherever you're going, even if you're supporting your weight, let your pelvis be very heavy and let your rib cage lift. 3 more slow breaths here. On your next inhale, come all the way up. Reach your arms up and overhead. Exhale, bring your feet all the way together. Palms together in front of your heart. Make sure your big toes are at least touching. Inhale, reach up, look at your thumbs, poke your tailbone back, squeeze your knees together, come into what the modern yogis call chair pose. Utkatasana, powerful pose. Take a couple breaths. On your next inhale, straighten your legs, and as you exhale, fold forward. So ideally, your toes are still touching. Please be mindful of any knee issues, but if you can, from here, we're just gonna lift our heels up, kind of coming onto the tippy toes, and see if we can maybe sit down on the heels. If your knees are tweaky, keep some of the weight on your hands. If you feel like you're okay here, bring your arms in front of you and balance for a couple of breaths. Hands are going to come back down to the mat. If you're able, you're just going to spread your knees apart. Now, when that happens, if your feet were truly together, the balls of your feet and your heels should be touching now. You're sitting on the heels, the knees are wide. Again, maintain weight on the hands if you need to. Otherwise, for 2 breaths, bring your palms together in front of your heart. Hands come back down. You may step or jump back to plank position and flow through a vinyasa. Really stretch out your spine. From here, I'd like you to drop your left knee down to the mat and kick your left foot out to the left like a kickstand. Spin your right heel flat. Take your right hand to the ceiling. So you'll notice this is like a modified side plank, right? We're going to use our core a little bit. You've been doing some stuff with the sides of your waist. You did full side plank. You did some side bends. If you have the capacity, I'd like you to simply rise up from here and take your right hand to your right thigh, left arm up and over. This is locked gait. Now, from here, we're going to transition into that extra fun version of threading the needle. So what I'd like you to do is bring your hands down directly in front of you. Chances are you're going to be like me, 90 degrees off the mat. That's fine. Keep your legs like they are. You're going to take your left arm underneath and see if you can grab your right foot or calf and take your right hand to the ceiling. So it's that kind of kickstand variation of threading the needle. Take a couple breaths. As you come out of this, see if you can come all the way back up. Put your left hand back down on the mat where you got it. Bring your right hand and your right knee back down. You should be on all fours. Just step it back to plank and take a vinyasa. Lengthen in your down dog. And then we're going to do like we did on the other side. I want you to just drop just your right knee down. Kick that foot out like a kickstand. Left heel just spins flat. Left hand to the ceiling. So here's our modified side plank. Take a breath. Kind of engage your core. Prepare yourself. Do the best you can. Rise up. Left hand on left thigh. Right arm up and over for Parigasana, locked gait posture. And then from here, we transition it into that version of threading the needle. So you're just going to take your hands straight down in front of you. Again, probably off the long side of the mat. The right arm will scoop underneath, and maybe you can grab your left foot or calf, left hand to the ceiling for that kickstand variation of threading the needle. And then if you can, you're just going to come back out from that. Put your hands down and your left knee down. You're on hands and knees. Step it back to plank. Take your vinyasa. From this downward facing dog, once you've had a moment to really stretch and lengthen, I'd like you to take your right leg up in the air, bend the knee, roll the hip bone open, stretch. Bring your right leg underneath you with the knee bent. Take that left leg back. Come onto your forearms for just a few breaths in pigeon. Keep your legs as they are. Come back up onto your hands. Only if you're able, left hand in the center of the mat. And you can reach back behind you with your right hand. Maybe bend the left knee and clasp the foot. Gently pulling that left foot towards your right glute to get a nice hip flexor and quad stretch. Take a couple more breaths if you're able. Release out, go straight to downward facing dog, stretch. Same side, right leg, same right leg, up in the air, bend the knee, roll the hip open a second time. Purely optional, if you're feeling it this morning, drop that right foot behind you, reach your right arm over your head, parallel to the ground. To flip your dog, modern yogis call it wild thing. You can call it whatever you want. Take one more breath. Back in the downward facing dog. Shift into plank and take a vinyasa. After you've lengthened your spine in downward facing dog, left leg up in the air, bend the knee, roll your hip bone open, just stretch for a moment. Left leg underneath, sliding the right leg back to come into pigeon for just a few breaths. If you can, forearms to the ground. And then coming up onto your hands, bringing right hand to the center of the mat, modifying any way that you need to, by the way. Left hand reaches behind you. If you're able, you bend your right knee, clasp that right foot or ankle with your left hand, and pull it towards your left glute. You should feel this in the front of your right hip, front of the right thigh. Release out. Downward facing dog. Stretch. And then same side, we're taking the left leg up again, bending the knee, rolling the hip bone open. And if you're feeling it, let the left foot find the ground behind you. Left arm reaches up and overhead. All the way back into full downward facing dog. And then shift into plank and take your last vinyasa. So this is the last vinyasa for the practice. If you need to linger anywhere, feel free to do that. If you need to throw in some chaturanga push-ups, feel free to do that. And when you get to your downward facing dog, just really stretch, stretch, stretch. When you're ready, you can either walk or jump forward. Have a seat on your mat with your legs extended, finding your sit bones. Taking a moment to come into a really super straight aligned spine, Dandasana. Legs are active, feet are flexed, heels are touching the ground, backs of the knees are pressing down, head is balanced on top of the spine. You're just taking a moment to check in. And then let's go ahead and bring the left foot to the inside of the right thigh. I want you to just lean out over your right leg for a few breaths. Wherever your hands are right now is the perfect place for them to stay so that your leg can remain straight as you lift it up in the air. For a variation on Kamchasana, Heron Pose. Excuse me, once your leg is straight in the air, lift your chest, you want a straight spine, and then flex the foot. And if you're not feeling enough, you can start to pull your leg towards you. Make sure your spine is straight. Don't hunch around your back here. Take a couple more breaths. And then we're gonna put this right foot down outside the left knee or thigh and get the right foot flat and turn this into a twist. So your right hand is right behind you. You can either hug your right knee or bring that left elbow outside the right knee or thigh. Twist and look over your left shoulder. Did I say left shoulder? I meant right shoulder. Sorry. You should be looking over your right shoulder. Sometimes there's a little connection between my brain and my mouth that is perhaps a little loose. Take one more breath. And as you unwind, bring the sole of your right foot to meet the sole of your left foot. Bring your hands right behind you, push into the floor so you have a nice straight spine. Press your knees away from each other and then reach them down to the ground. And then you can just extend your left leg, snug your right foot to the inside of the left thigh, and lean out over your left leg. Excuse me. So wherever your hands are on your left leg is usually the perfect place for them to stay. We're gonna lift that left leg up. We wanna try and have it completely straight. Lift the chest, flex that left ankle. And maybe if you need to, pull the leg towards you. If you're already feeling a stretch, it's perfect. You don't need to do anything. Take a couple breaths. And then we'll put the left foot down outside the right knee or thigh. Try and get your left foot flat. We're gonna bring the left hand behind us, either hugging left knee or bringing right elbow outside of it. We'll twist and look over left shoulder. As you unwind, bring the sole of your left foot to hit the sole of your right foot. But now I'd like you to slide your feet way out in front of you. Balls of the feet still touching, by the way. Clasp your ankles or your feet. And just begin to kind of lengthen your body forward, almost like you're trying to nestle your rib cage between your thighs. Continue to look forward for a couple of breaths. So we want to first do it with a neutral spine. And then if you like, and it's okay with your neck and your upper back, you can come up slightly and then begin to round down as though you're going to take your head onto your feet. And that should feel a little different. Come on up from that. Just bring your knees together. So your feet are flat, your knees are bent. And grab behind your thighs. Lift your chest for a very straight spine. Lift the feet off the mat. Extend your arms. If this is challenging, stay here. It's very important that your spine stays straight, doesn't hunch or round. If you can extend your legs. We're here for 5 more breaths. As you finish your 5th breath, put your feet flat. If you can, keep your knees bent, your feet flat. Take your time, go really, really slowly, slowly, slowly rolling your way down until you're all the way on your back. Hug your knees in and rock side to side. So I want you to keep your right knee hugged into your chest. Extend your left leg all the way out onto the ground. Just pause for a moment here in Pavanamuktasana, wind relieving pose. And then we're going to extend the right leg as straight as we can. If you have flexible hamstrings, your foot will be up towards the ceiling. If you're not so flexible, your foot might be pointing like kind of towards the other foot, but try and get your right leg really straight. Once it's really straight, flex your right ankle, and then grab whatever you can comfortably reach and start to pull the leg towards you. So be really mindful, because your leg is going to want to bend, because there's some part of you that thinks having your leg closer to you is better. It doesn't matter what this looks like. Nobody's watching you this morning. So have your right leg really straight. I mean, I kind of am, but most of you have your cameras off, so not really. All right. From here, wherever your right hand is, it's perfect. Keep your leg straight. Put your left hand on your left hip. And just for a breath, let that straight right leg open out to the right without letting your left hip roll. And then bring the leg up. Grab it with your left hand. Make sure your leg is straight. And today I want you to keep your right glute and hip on the ground, so you're not rolling over. Only the leg is moving across the midline of the body. You want to keep the back of your right hip flat on the mat. This is not about flipping and rolling over. You're just trying to get your straight right leg across the midline of the body. Take one more breath. Then bring your leg back up, hug your right knee in, give it a squeeze. Now it's okay for your right bun to lift, because we're moving into a full-on twist. So you can either just let the right leg drop over, or you can hook the toes inside or behind your left knee or thigh. Right arm opens out, and we twist to the left and let our head turn to the right. If you need to modify the twist and make it a little less torque or force in your back, you could bend both knees, and you can always adjust the angle at the hips and the knees. Just take some nice, slow, deep breaths here. On your next inhale, come on up. As you exhale, hug your right knee in. Bring your left knee up to meet it, rock side to side. Keep your left knee hugged in, extend your right leg all the way out. Hug it for a moment. And then extend your left leg as straight as you can get it. And it may not look like the right leg did, and that's okay, we don't care, we just want our left leg straight. Once it's straight and the foot is flexed, you're gonna grab whatever you can reach on your left side. Try to keep that left leg totally straight, and for just a breath, only your left hand is gonna hang on to it, and you're gonna open it out to the left. I like to put my right hand on my right hip bone to keep from rolling. And then bring your left leg back up. Grab it with your right hand. Remember, it doesn't matter what happens here. We're keeping our left bun on the ground, left leg straight, just bringing the left leg across the midline a little bit. We're not trying to roll over. We're not trying to get the left leg to the floor. Try to feel this in our left hamstring, glute, and IT band. Bring your leg back up, hug your left knee in. And then we transition into the twist. So either just letting that left leg drop over, or maybe bending both knees, or taking left foot inside or behind right knee or thigh. We're twisting over to the right with the left arm opening out to the left. Head turning to the left. And we're breathing. On your next inhale, bring your left leg back up as you exhale, hug it in. You can bring your right knee up to meet it, rock yourself side to side. And then we're just gonna take an inversion, and this morning, I'm gonna completely leave it up to you. As long as your abdominal organs are higher than your heart, or your heart is higher than your head, or both, you're in an inversion. So bridge pose would be great. Hips on a block with your legs sticking in the air is great. Shoulder stand, head stand, plow. You could even flip over and do another downward facing dog. Any of those are inversions, but choose wisely. We're going to be here for 9 slow, deep breaths. So choose what you want to do this morning, and off you go. Just a couple more breaths. As you're ready, on an exhale, you will slowly come out of your inversion. Hug the knees in, rock side to side, and then grab your feet and enjoy a little free form movement in a happy baby. When you feel like you're ready, bring your feet to the mat, ankles and knees together. We're going to do our legs like butterfly wings today. Breath-centered movement. As you exhale, allowing both knees to drop open with the soles of the feet together, basically reclined bound angle. And as you inhale, the feet are flat on your mat again with your knees touching, pointing towards the ceiling. And you just go with your breath. Exhale, you allow the knees to drop open. Inhale, you allow the knees to close back up. Couple more of these. And the next time that your knees drop open, let them stay there. Just take a breath or two here. And then slide your arms along the floor until they're over your head. Interlace your fingers, but extend your index fingers. So basically your thumbs are touching the floor over your head. Your index fingers are shooting straight up over your head. You're gonna take a deep breath in and stretch. Reach through the tips of the index fingers. Press your knees towards the floor. Hold that while you exhale. And inhale. And on your next exhale, release. Let the tension leave your body. Unlace your fingers. Bring your hands down below your shoulders with your palms facing up like you would for Shavasana. And on your next inhale, flatten your back. So now we tilt the pelvis back. We take the curve out of the spine. Press the lumbar spine into the mat. We're still breathing. And on your next exhale, you release. So you'll notice a slight arch returns to your low back. One more time, inhale, flatten your back. Hold that while you exhale. Hold it while you inhale. And on your next exhale, release. Let the curve come back into your spine. Extend your legs, separate your feet. Wiggle if you need to. Make sure your glutes are relaxed. Your spine is long. Your neck is relaxed. Your shoulders are away from the ears. Your hands are below your heart, palms up. Your jaw is relaxed. Your face is soft. Your eyes are closed. Take a huge inhale through your nose. Big exhale through your mouth. Let go of control of your breath. So today we did a really sort of generalized, all over, flowing vinyasa practice. Just kind of think of it as just general health and well-being today. So for our Shavasana, we're just going to do a nice guided relaxation. And it's truly the classical relaxation response that's been studied and proven to have positive effects in the body. So I'd like you to start from the soles of your feet. Just feel the bottoms of your feet. Feel the pads of the toes, the arches, the heels. Move to the sides of your feet, the tops of your feet, the tops of your toes, your ankles, your Achilles tendons. And so you can feel that from your ankles down, you're completely relaxed. Feel the front of your shins, the backs of your calves, feel your knee caps and the backs of your knees. So from the knees down, totally relaxed. Feel the tops of your thighs, the backs of your thighs, your inner and outer thighs. Feel your gluteal muscles, that would be your buttocks. Feel the sides of your hips. Feel your lower abdomen and pelvic region. So from the hips down, totally relaxed. Feel your stomach, the sides of the waist and the low back. Feel your chest, the sides of the rib cage and the mid and upper back. Feel the front of your shoulders, the top of the shoulders, and the back of the shoulders. Upper arms, elbows, forearms, wrists, backs of the hands, palms of the hands, fingers and thumbs. From the shoulders down, completely relaxed. Feel the back of your neck, the sides of your neck, the front of your throat. Feel your chin, your jaw, your lips, your nose, your cheeks, your ears, your eyes, your forehead, and your scalp. From the top of the head all the way down, completely relaxed. Just allowing your body and your mind to rest in this state for a little longer, just remaining in stillness and silence, relaxation and peace. Begin to feel back into your body. Begin to deepen your breath. Begin to move your fingers and toes a little. When you're ready, take that deeper inhale, spread your fingers and toes. Exhale with a nice sigh as you relax them again. And then inhale even deeper and just stretch and extend arms and legs. Stretch. And again, exhale with a nice sigh and relax again. Bend your knees either with feet flat on the floor, or you can just hug your knees into your chest. Roll to your right side and maybe take a breath there. And then when you're ready, press yourself up into sitting. Find a nice straight spine. So today we're going to do a true alternate nostril breath. I'm going to talk you through the first one and then leave you on your own to do the next couple. So we'll begin inhaling through the left nostril. We exhale through the right, and then we inhale through the right and exhale through the left. That would be one round. I'm going to talk you through an equal 6-second breath. We'll inhale for 6 seconds, exhale, inhale, exhale, all 6 seconds. You can change the length of that once you kind of take off on your own, but you want to keep that pattern. So again, and I'll talk you through the first one. We're going to inhale through the left, exhale through the right, and then inhale through the right and exhale through the left for one round. Please use your right hand to block your nostrils. Just trust me on that. So you can either have the first 2 fingers of your right hand sitting at your third eye point in the middle of your forehead, or you can tuck those fingers under the pad of the thumb. That way your right thumb blocks your right nostril, your right ring and pinky finger block your left. So that's how we'll be breathing. All right, so nice deep breath in through both nostrils. Big exhale through both. Here we go. Inhale through the left. Exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Exhale through the left. Do 2 more rounds on your own. As you finish out your last round, just let your right hand rest on your right near thigh for a moment. Just take a breath and notice how you feel. If you feel as though you are much more inner focused, that your awareness is inner directed, or that you're exceptionally calm and relaxed, well done. Those are all the effects of an alternate nostril breath. They truly balance out our energies. So go ahead and bring your palms together in front of your heart and just take a moment in gratitude for the balance of energies. Sun and moon, day and night, yin and yang, male and female, solar, lunar, all of the balances that we have. Life is a balance. Life is cyclical. And when we learn to simply flow with that, life is good. So take a moment in gratitude for that. Have gratitude for your practice this morning, for your healthy body, your healthy mind, your beautiful breath, your beautiful heart. And then take one more huge inhale through the nose. And exhale with a big, happy sigh. We bring our palms to our foreheads, just reminding us to be present. We bring our palms to our lips, reminding us to speak our truth. We bring our palms to our hearts, reminding us to keep our hearts open, to always practice kindness and compassion and love, and to include ourselves. Thank you guys so much. Namaste.